Welcome back to Your Last Loose Women before setting sail into the weekend. Still to come, he's the makeover master who waves his magic wand over women to make them go from body conscious to body confident. It's got Guan. Now, someone who doesn't seem to have any issues with body confidence is 50-year-old ex-footballer Steve Bruce, who's been spotted on a beach in Barbados letting it all hang out. Now, this image of him is a far cry from how he looked back in his heyday, whizzing around the pitch at Old Trafford, playing for Manchester United. So do you think it's a case of for fitter or for fatter in relationships? And how accepting are you of your man if he were to pile on the pound?
Well, I have to say, he's someone who's probably had to, like, watch what he eats, be really health conscious for a long time because of his job. So I think when you get to 50, if you want to...
I think he looks all right.
And he's not that fat anyway, I don't think.
I think he looks like he's in
He's in Barbados, he's having a blooming good time.
Yeah, very good legs. Doesn't he have good thighs?
What, there?
No, not there.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I just think he looks like a man who's happy with his life, and I think that's the key, because I like the idea that you get to a point with your partner where you're not worried about how either of you look, that you can sit and share a pie and a shandy, and he's not going, oh, you're getting a bit porky, and you're going, oh, you sure you want that extra chip? Right? You've got to... I mean, to a point, I mean, you don't want to get unhealthy, and also it has to be said, for me, if Paul got really big, it would be a problem. I can't, because if he's really big, then it... I think you know where I'm going with this, don't you? So
I think you should actually care about yourself, though, what you look like, and care about each other, don't you? I mean, a bit of, you know, self-respect that you keep fit and well and healthy.
Yeah, but...
And the men get these great big, what do you call it, don't they?
Bellies.
Bellies. And they, you know, I mean, they don't they? Beer bellies.
That's where men are prone to gain weight, their face and their
their
tummies,
beer bellies.
whereas we women, sadly, distribute the fat all over.
No, we get handles, don't we? We get handles.
Men get handles as well.
Do they get handles?
They do, yeah. Some men, if you look from behind, they've got, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've got...
Yeah, but you see, I quite like a handle. I do. Because I've got them. And I would, you see, those two beautiful boys that
They
came
didn't have
on,
handles, Jane.
I couldn't.
No.
I couldn't.
Take your clothes off, you mean?
No. Because they've got no handles.
No.
And they'd hang on to mine.
And they go, look at your handles.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, Ed...
Jane, close your eyes, tell them to do the same and hold on tight.
Yes. Lie back and think of England,
Yeah,
Jane.
you see, I don't want... You see, I think he looks great. You know, I think it's fine.
What's Ed got?
Well, can we say that? Well, he's got...
What, you know, like naked, does he have bits that stick out already?
Well, no.
You have to ask these
Well, we
questions.
should establish he's not in the shed anymore, is he?
No, he's not in the shed. I've let him in the house now.
That's nice.
But he has gone from large to X-large.
You always said he had a nice bum, yo,
He's
didn't
got
you?
a beautiful...
Beautiful
Oh,
bum, yeah.
lovely little boy.
But you don't mind a bit of extra
I
cuddly
don't mind it
stuff.
at all, because I don't want a man who's thinner than me.
Yes.
Because then, you know, I want somebody who's going to have a takeaway and a pie.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Because I like that. So
Yeah, no,
I
you're
don't want
right.
somebody who's a health freak
You don't
all
want
the
to
time.
wail, though, do you?
Well, no. But saying that, you know, you can see that.
And if you match, if, like, you're feeling a little bit porky and you know, or you're a bit self-conscious, you say, look, I need to get a bit of weight off, if you can walk together and do things together so that you're all sort of at the same... Yeah. We go for a little walk up a hill when we feel a bit porky.
But you don't want to be in a bath and somebody gets in the bath and the water goes...
That never happens to me. I'd never get in the bath with anyone because I'm always the one that goes under.
I've got to say, I am a bit of a feeder.
You're a feeder.
I am a feeder. I am, yeah.
What do
So
you
do
mean?
all your boys turn into porkers? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I do like to make sure there's a constant flow of food to anyone that steps over my threshold, you know.
Why do you think you do that, then?
I don't know, because I love food and I love cooking food, but I don't have I'm not one of those people that can just eat and eat. Well, you know, once you're full, I stop. But then if you happen to be in a relationship with me and you don't have that vulve, you're going to get fat.
Oh.
But,
But I have had it before where a couple of boyfriends have gained weight, but it's just because we've been really happy and content, and I've read it as a really good thing. And then if it goes too far, you just work out together.
But you haven't put the weight on, though, have you?
No.
Yeah, but it's not...
But my weight only tends to fluctuate by a couple of pounds. I don't really weigh myself, but you can see at the moment I've got some jeans that are a bit tight, so I'm lunging like
Yeah, but
you've
that's
never
good.
seen.
But you're feeding everybody else and not yourself.
I know, but that's their downfall, isn't it?
But is it so they don't go anywhere? They get so...
No, I just like cooking. It's not because I'm psychologically trying to make them fat so that no one else will look at them. I just like cooking.
I'm not convinced.
You You wait till you see my son. He's going to be like this. He really is. He gets him from nursery. He's already had 2 meals there. I go, do you want anything to eat? Do you want a yogurt? Do you want a pasty?
Yeah.
Do you want a cake? Do you want this? It could go on for hours. I bore myself. Anyway, time to give something back. Got some toast?
I'm all right.
Sandwich?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
OK. And the best of luck to you. Now, there are several things our final guest is known for. His love of the word bangers, when really he means breasts, his dark-rimmed glasses and that gorgeous white smile of his, and, of course, his ability to transform a sobbing woman with bad body image into a self-assured bombshell. Welcome, Gok Wan.
Hello, lovely. How are you? Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
Lovely to
Hi,
see
guys. How are you? Oh, it's
Every
nice to
woman
be
wants
home.
a cock, don't they?
Well, that's what I've heard.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, how are you guys? You well? You're looking gorgeous, I have to say. As are you four. Lovely.
So,
Nice to be back.
Got this show just for the compliments, don't we?
for fitter or for fatter?
Well,
Where do you stand on that?
do you know what? I have to say, I wouldn't fall out of love with somebody if they put on weight. If I thought it was unhealthy, then I probably would say to them, do you know what, let's have more sex for more exercise. Or I would say, let's do some walking, like you said as well. Or I would try and involve a little bit more exercise into our lives for a health point of view. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not about what we look like, it's what's inside. And if you fall in love with someone, you fall in love with their brain and their sensitivity and all that kind of stuff, don't you?
And you grow together.
You do grow together, which is, yeah, absolutely, which is, you know, and I'm all about people, not just the aesthetics, you know, it's
Absolutely.
definitely.
Well, you're back on our screens with a new show, which is a slightly different take on the makeover shows we've seen you for in the past. Explain to us how this one works.
OK, so this is like the Fashion Fix, which we've done 3 series of, and we decided what we're going to do is revamp it a little bit. Like, you know, every single season, fashion needs updating. We're going to update our TV show, and so we turn it into the roadshow. So I literally do pitch up into town, arrive on the Monday, do the makeovers, do the masterclass, teach people how to customise clothes, and then at the end of the week, do the big catwalk competition where I go up against the big designers with my high street collections. And so
Because this is the twist this time, is that you have to only work from the high street,
Yes.
whereas Brooke Smith, who is the other stylist who's in competition with you, she gets the mega budget and the labels,
absolutely,
doesn't
she can spend whatever she likes on all the designer gear. I think one outfit was nearly £80,000. Absolutely. So you know, so this model was wearing
That's a house in certain parts
Yeah,
of the
exactly, a
country.
house. Wearing a house, whereas I use only high street stuff to show everyone that, you know, we've been told for years that if you know you can only wear labels to feel gorgeous, and you have to have very expensive things to be successful.
So what normally wins,
So-
the high street or the labels?
Well, do you know what? I have to say, it does depend on the audience. It does depend on how well I've done, how well Brits has done as well, and
Does
what
it depend on where you are in the country?
A little bit, I
sometimes?
think so. I think you know, for a long time, I think the viewers or the voting audience were watching, saying, right, which is Scott's collection, you know, which is Brix's, and you know, people really couldn't genuinely tell. And so we do say vote for which collection you like the best. And so you know, the series is out at the moment, so I don't want to spoil it for everyone. So some of them I've won, and some of them I've lost, and I hate losing. I hate losing. It drives
do
me
with
nuts.
losing, can we?
Absolutely.
How does style change then from like the south to the north, or what is the difference?
Well, one of the things about going on the roadshow was definitely, you know, pitching up into town, and you do meet different communities of trendsetters, and you meet the classic girls, and then you meet the girls that are really into their emo kind of look, and every single city is slightly different. And for someone that's worked in fashion for so many years, you know, I can pretty much tell someone if they come from Sheffield or from Birmingham or from Brighton. Yeah, it's like
What are the
a little bit of-
telltales then?
Well, do you know, I don't know what it is, and people have asked me this before, and I really genuinely couldn't tell you, but I'm probably 8 out of 10 times correct. I can turn around and say, right, okay, almost like Dr. Dolittle of fashion. I can sit there and say, right, well, I noticed this, and I can see that. So you're obviously, you know, you're northeast or you're northwest or you're, you know, south or London or whatever. So there
Do you
are
ever
little
get anybody
clues.
who doesn't like what you've put on them? Who says, no, I'm sorry, I can't...
Do you know, a couple of times
Have
filming the
you?
show, you know, we've done the big reveal, and it's been like that, da-da! And they've stood there and gone, oh. OK, and you kind of go, well, do you like it, do you not? And it's not normally because they don't like it, it's normally to do with the fact that you know, that they've worn the baggy clothes, or they haven't been used to those kind of looks for so long. It is a genuine shock, it's a big surprise, because the whole way through production, they have to wear blindfolds when I'm fitting them, you know, when we're doing all those bits and bobs, because you don't want them to genuinely
Big
see
trust in
themselves.
you, isn't there?
Absolutely, but you know, the things, I do love them, and they do know that,
Yeah,
and so they do trust me, so they always come round, and yeah, it's loads of
Well,
fun.
Gok, you're going to stick with us, aren't you?
I certainly
We're
am.
going to keep you for a whole other part, but right now we're going to take a little break. And when we return, more chat, more fashion fixes with Gok. We'll see you in a bit.